Hopefully it's all playing out smoothly, because my video preview looks like it's lagging pretty hard. It's funny because Capcom had talked about putting Dragon's Dogma on PC. If they ever make Dragon's Dogma 2, which they've said they will, perhaps that will be on PC. Well, I'm not looking at the OBS preview, I'm looking at the Twitch preview in the dashboard. But as long as it looks smooth for you guys, I don't care. Also, nice to know I've dropped 0 frames. Although I'm only running at, like 2.4K kilobytes per second, so I'd be pretty irritated if I was dropping frames. Considering I have 5 megabyte upload. Progression in this game works a lot like Monster Hunter, almost. In that, it's more, well, it doesn't actually work that much like Monster Hunter, but the progression of battles do. And the way you fight, to some degree. It's more an emphasis on the skills, than it, like, on your skilled player than anything else. And you collect things from killing monsters to make your armor. You will often have to do the same fights like continuously when you're farming for specific gear, and that is one thing that you may not like. But again, as you are a former Monster Hunter player, you're probably used to that idea. I don't mind it usually. Let's see, do I have another character show off, or should I switch back to the other account? Well, it's actually just different servers, the same account. And yeah, I totally agree. The first game had some issues I didn't like about it, but overall it was pretty good. There is this character, but I don't know him very well, and I'm probably not sufficient to show him off, but he's a bow user. This is the newest character. I can actually show him off. Although there is another character coming called Arisha, which is going to be, I showed you some preview videos for. She's going to be pretty amazing. I can't wait for us to get her on North American servers. Herc here is a great sword user, who I have not leveled very far, so I don't have many skills for. But he has like level 60 armor on, which is hilarious, because I spent a year away from the game and they gave me a bunch of rewards for coming back. So I will go fight the first real boss that the game has, the first reasonably hard one anyway. What white-haired titty chick? Oh, do you mean the one with the spear? Slash... scythe? That, the non-magic user, not Eevee, but there's another character whose name I cannot remember right now. Or do you mean the one from the video I showed you earlier? Because I mean, all the female characters in this game are essentially titty chicks. They all have physics boobs. The neat thing about Herc is that you would think he'd be slow because he's swinging around that big greatsword, but he's actually the only character I'm aware of in the game that has an unlimited combo system where you can actually just combo attacks off each other. Only really limited by your stamina and, you know, not getting hit. This armor actually is a great example of how amazing armor can look in this game. Now, all of this can be dyed in 3 different regions, but dye is quite expensive. You can buy it for in-game money from the market. You can get it as rewards occasionally, and you can buy it for real-life money as well. Although I think dye you buy with real money now, it cannot be traded with other players, but I'm not completely sure. I had heard they changed it so that you couldn't do that anymore, because what players used to do is they would spend real money on dyes and then sell those dyes on the market and make lots of in-game money. So again, this character is like level 10 and wearing like level 60 gear, so I'm gonna breeze through this fight pretty good. But were you actually level 10 and new to the game, this would actually be a pretty hard fight. But I'm gonna try to make it more interesting by utilizing some of his special attacks, which I haven't actually used very much, because I played this character for like an hour and then my friend told me he was going to be playing on the other server, so I've been playing on the other server on my Vela. Yes, I have played Kingdom of Amalur. It was all right, but it seemed really to just miss what would have made it great. It's hard to put it into words exactly what I felt was wrong with it, but yeah, there was just some things about it that just bugged me. He's gonna let him kick me repeatedly. That's a great idea. I was sort of 50-50 on the combat. Parts of it were great, but there were some issues with it too. Like, I just felt like... I don't know. It's really hard to explain, but like... The way the dodging and moving the dodging and movement worked, I just felt like it was really difficult to really move around in combat sometimes. Yes, and that was another huge issue, is that they built this open world, which had issues in and of itself, and that it wasn't nearly open as they wanted you to think it was, and then they put nothing in it. It was completely empty. I didn't mind the art style, but I can see why somebody wouldn't like it. And yes, the part of the problem was that I can't remember what it's called, but that the mechanic where you would use your power and all that jazz, like vengeance or something, it just completely broke the game. Whenever you initiated it, it's like, okay, I win. Have you, excuse me, have you played Metal Gear Rising, Judas? I think that Metal Gear Rising was a fantastic game, but I also think that the parry mechanic in that game was, well, fun. It tended to be a little bit overpowered, and if you actually overutilized it, it sort of just turned the whole game into a joke. But I think that's where player control comes in, where you sort of just decide, hey, look, I'm not going to use this attack to make the game trivial. And I think once you decide to do that, the game shines a lot more. And it has an amazing combo system that allows the player to do so many things. I cannot wait to see, I'm having a brain fart. Platinum. There we go, Platinum. I can't wait to see more from Platinum. I'm really excited for Bayonetta 2. So that's Herc. You get a pretty good idea of what he's like. Not the greatest dodger, but he's got like 3 or 4 different parry mechanics that can make it so you don't have to dodge, so you can just continually damage people, which makes him pretty powerful in the damage department. I'm gonna switch over to my other character now, my other server, I should say. So I need to turn off the video for a sec. Yeah, I think that Metal Gear Rising was legitimately one of the best games in the genre that it's in. Which, to be clear, was not the genre of any other Metal Gear game. But, like, it's infinitely better than the majority of... I would say all but DMC, like Devil May Cry 3. Devil May Cry 1 was good, Devil May Cry 2 was terrible, Devil May Cry 3 was amazing, Devil May Cry 4 was pretty good, DMC was a fucking joke. Shouldn't even exist. You know, that genre, though. I just hit a button and my computer freaked out. What the hell? Okay, we're good. I bumped the Windows button with my, drink. Oh, I guess you guys can't see anyway, so that's good. Because I still have to put in my, secondary password. Which is actually pretty interesting by itself. The game had some pretty serious issues with hackers for a while there, so they initiated a system where you can add a secondary password that's on a keypad you have to use your mouse for, and the keys are in a random order every time you start it up. Added a lot of security to the game. I have this LAN on this server too, and eventually I would like to level a LAN on this account, but I don't know. When I made this LAN like a year and a half ago, somehow I managed to create Justin Bieber, and I want nothing to do with it, so I'm deleting him and making another one. I haven't showed you this character yet, but I don't have any skills on here, but I'll show it anyway. Maybe I'll put on her actual armor and show you what the game is actually meant to be like difficulty-wise, so instead of just me crushing stuff or getting crushed. Although the armor she's wearing right now does look really cool, but I can't stand her town jog. Thankfully, she doesn't do that in the dungeons and stuff. It's ridiculous. Here, I'll put on her armor she starts with instead of the armor they gave me for being a veteran. Take that off. Put that on. See, okay, she still has the headgear on. I'll take that off. There. So this is how this character actually starts when you start up a new character. I haven't done anything on her, so I probably have to do the tutorial, which sucks. Yeah, that sucks. Whatever. It's not a long tutorial. It's actually a pretty good tutorial because you just play through a level and it's got some tips that come up. And that's about it. I haven't actually played this character, not even a little bit, so it'll be interesting to see whether I can adapt to her style quickly. She didn't even exist in this game the last time I played it. But that's one of the ways they bring people back to this game, because in any game of this style that is more about skill than it is about anything else, you're going to run into problems where people just naturally move away from the game. And so the easiest way to bring them back is to release a combination of new content and new characters. All of which is released for free. Oh, that's pretty cool. I could get into this. Incidentally, you mentioned spectacle fighters, and that's actually a good point to make, is that this game was an attempt to bring spectacle fighters to an MMO. The final result is actually pretty good, so long as you don't mind the amount of time you have to put in to actually get good at the game, or whatnot. Oh, shit! Fuck! I totally forgot I had the screen turned off. You could have told me, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes ago? I guess you did, but you said it in a weird way, and I was like, what the hell is he talking about? Guess I haven't shown you projectiles in this game, have I? You get special spheres and things like that. I think I just hit him in the pecker. I'm not very good at spears, obviously, but you get the idea. They do a fairly good amount of damage, and they can be quite precise if you learn them. Honestly, though, you didn't miss much. This tutorial area is completely boring, and there's nothing really to see. I should try to finish him off with an object, because I think there's a bonus for that. Actually, I don't think there's in this one. I think it's in a different one. But I'll try to finish him off in an amusing way anyway. That sucked. Also, I should turn off the spear camera, because it's bad, and it gets you killed. So, for the combo system in the game, like Fiona, every character has combos to some degree, but some characters have less and some characters have more. It just depends on the character, but it's a series of alternate attacks. Like for the mouse mode, it's left, and then a right or whatever. And depending on how many times you left click and how many times you right click, that's the combo you get. And of course, you can do that on the gamepad. Mouse and keyboard or pure keyboard. Pure keyboard sounds bad, but it's actually not bad at all. In fact, I think some of the really high-level players tend to prefer it. Not a lot of camera control in that mode, though. Has the buffering cleared out? Not much I can do about the buffering. I mean, I could lower my bit rate, but I'd rather not. 2K is already pretty low. I usually like to stream closer to 3K, but I didn't feel like running the chance of dropping frames because I wasn't willing to test my network today. So seeing as I didn't actually show you because the stream was turned off, I will show you her armor I got for logging in after being away for so long. It's pretty cool. And here's that silly jog I was talking about that you also couldn't see. The white fabric bits you see are actually her Under Armour, which gives me a nice opportunity to show you just how fan service this game can be. By clicking this little avatar button, you'll see the shop, which is almost entirely real money stuff. But sometimes you'll win things or whatever that will allow you to do stuff in here for free. So I have hair coupons, I think. Do I have a hair coupon in this character? No, I don't have any hair coupons on here, but you can select different hair and hair colors and stuff like that. And those cost a small amount of money, like $1 for a haircut. Which actually isn't that bad, considering that for like, less for 30 days for $1. So that's actually not bad at all. Or you can do permanent for like $4. Which again isn't that bad, really. When you, as somebody who's played a fair amount of free-to-play MMOs, this game has a lot of stuff in it that they want you to pay for, but none of it's actually that expensive. No, but there is a thong you can wear on one of the characters, and it's really, 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 really disturbing because he's gargantuan, and it makes me want to cry. There's the outfitter system, where you can actually select armor or overlays that just completely replace what your armor looks like, regardless of what armor you're wearing. So you've got like a schoolgirl, a Korean like folk dress, I guess. I think that's actually Chinese, but I'm not sure. Nice kimono. This one's pretty cool, a little steampunky. Police girl. Again, you can actually show you the Under Armours real quick, like, because it's terrible, absolutely terrible. Like, it doesn't get much more fan service than this. You can buy underwear, and you can change the colors of it as well. Here's more outfitter stuff. There's a goth set. Gothic frill, they call it. Which actually has kick-ass boots. You can buy the whole set for like $20, which sucks, but again, it's permanent. So if you're really invested in a character, $20 isn't anything. I mean, if you spend, 100 hours on a character, $20 is nothing. But you can also buy individual pieces for the armor set and create your own looks. So fashion is very much alive in this game. It's not Souls fashion, but it's fashion. We know somebody, the two of us, quite well, that would very much enjoy this particular outfit. And it is, in fact, pretty cool. And that's terrible and hilarious in every way possible. Immersion is definitely not a thing in this game. Not even a little bit. Okay, so you might be misunderstanding the money thing. These things are entirely optional and do nothing but make your character look different. It is entirely there for people who want to spend money on the game. It does not make your character stronger or in any way. Without these sorts of things, games like this wouldn't actually function because they just have no way of actually making money. Seeing there's no box price for this game, you could download it right now and start playing, and it's completely free to play. So they have to have things in the game to make money off of it. Otherwise, they'd just go bankrupt really quickly. Even got the half-shaved hair look here. I'll show you some of the actual sample armors they show you to give you an idea of what your character can look like. That's an actual armor set she can get. I should change the hair because that hair looks ridiculous. It's cool, but it's just not quite. Okay, there. Here's another actual armor set she can get, which is pretty damn cool. This is a reasonably high level one. I don't know what's up with the bunny ears. Don't even ask. Twitch really buffered for 2 minutes. Damn. And I have to admit, I don't like this armor, but whatever. Lots of people do. But yeah, that's a glance into the avatar system, which you can even use to change your character's proportions and whatnot. But I'm not going to get into too much into that. Almost everything in there costs varying amounts of money. Anything from, you know, like $1 all the way up to, there's a few things in there that you could combine to spend well over $100 pretty quickly. But again, it's all 100% optional, and you can just ignore it. Incidentally, Guild Wars 2 has a system that's very much like this. Much like the avatar shop in this game. Only in Guild Wars 2, things actually cost a little bit more. Some things are cheaper, but it's more of an illusion of being cheap, because nothing in that game actually lasts. Like, a haircut in this game, I think a permanent haircut is $3 or $4. Whereas, I think it's 5 in Guild Wars 2, but I don't know for sure. Neither game is terribly expensive, and everything is completely optional. Also, this song's really loud. Sing, but loud. Once I kill these guys, I'll turn it down a little bit. That should be sufficient. Obviously, you can. I don't mention this much before, but obviously you can kick And you actually use the kick sometimes to break apart things that haven't quite died that are just sort of sitting there, and you'll get items from them and stuff. But you can also kick things like balls into enemies and stun things. And there's all sorts of mechanics they use the kick for. I'm curious to see what some of this character's skills are going to be like. Divinity is a great game if you like that genre. It has some nagging things that bugged me, but overall, it's still a great game. I don't think the co-op is very good, despite what other people seem to think. I think that unless you've experienced the whole game, the story is incredibly important in that one. And it's really hard to follow the story when you're not the character doing the talking, and it just scrolls by super fast. Aside from that, and some little minor nags that just irritate me, it is still a great game. I just have difficulty playing it when I could be playing something else. I really do need to get into it more, though, and finish it up. I mentioned it before, but my anti-aliasing I've got turned on, forced through my driver, does appear to be causing some minor light issues. That's why you see things go black in some locations. Did you play... Oh, I just destroyed him. Did you play the Baldur's Gate games at all? Baldur's Gate, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Because my introduction to that genre was Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, and Icewind Dale, which was a game by, at the time, Black Island Studios, which is now called Obsidian, that ran on the same engine with the same rules. I imagine you played Neverwinter as well. Not the recent MMO that was terrible, but... Well, at least I thought it was terrible. But, you know, like Neverwinter Nights. Gonna get some actual progression done now after I put my armor back on. As much as I love this music, I think I probably need something a little faster paced while I'm going to be playing a character with hard content. Even if it's only hard because I suck. My computer was pretty good at the time when that game came out, so I was able to play it. Next time I stream, I'll try to set up an overlay to show you what music's playing. I just don't have it set up right now. Actually, I might actually have it set up after all. I just need to double check here. Yeah, it is set up. It should be working now. I don't see it turning on though, so maybe not. Oh, because the game's ahead of it, that's why. There we go. Should appear in the top left now. Guess I could show you Vella's other attack, but I need to buy some skills for her because I haven't finished actually setting up hers, and I don't know them very well. But I'll just throw these on. They're they're a chain weapon, and I'll go buy her skills for it. I can spare the money right now anyway. I won't be upgrading them, so they won't be as good as they could be, but... Oh cool, I have another attack for my other system. That's cool. That is pretty badass. I guess I should move the now playing so it's not sitting on top of an actual element of the game. Should be safe there. Let's see if there's some dailies I can get for some extra AP. And to show off the skills that I don't know. Now, as you'll see pretty quickly, the chain attacks are much longer range and with great AoE, but they don't have quite the same mobility, and I don't think they have a counter system. But they've got a lot of other skills to make up for it. I've never heard of the Melody's Escape. You will have to tell me about it when I'm done streaming later. As you can see, her chains will tend to latch onto enemies that are lighter and pull them around. And she has that crazy-ass spin attack. I have a rhythm game that uses your own music. 2 of them, in fact. The most notable one being, Crypt the Necrodancer, which has an option to use your own music. But also comes with a soundtrack by the always awesome Danny Baranowski. So, there at the end, I used one of my special powers to hook onto his legs and pull him down, and then I was able to just whip and slash him in the face while he was down. It doesn't work against larger monsters, but it has other mechanics when you're using it against a larger monster. It does what? I've got no context here. Are you referring to being able to use your own music in Necrodancer, or are you referring to it having a soundtrack by Danny Baranowski? Yeah. There's just, in the options for the game, there's just a setting where you can just click to, and it will use your music instead. I think it even changes the pace of the game according to the music, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't tried it. If you do happen to like rhythm games, Judas, you really should check out Necrodancer. It is really a fantastic game. It's also very, very challenging. It doesn't always look like it when you're watching somebody else play it on stream or anything, but it is very challenging. Suppose I should actually stop being lazy and actually loot some of this crap, seeing it's not going to auto-loot this stuff if I zone. And I actually need some of the other items. It's $15 for the regular version of Necrodancer, and I think 25 if you want it with the soundtrack. The soundtrack is amazing. Some of Danny B's best work. I'm screwing up my combos here pretty badly, because I'm not used to the burst stuff very well. If you'd like, I can throw on some Necrodancer instead of Vindictus here for a bit, if you want. Seeing that I've been playing Vindictus for quite a while now. Let's find out, actually. How long have I been playing? I have been playing for almost 3 hours. Alright, just give me a second to set up here then. Turn off the music, which we won't need. Turn off the music overlay. Whoops, I just closed the game. Turn off the music overlay, which we also won't need.
They told me I was too young. They told me I needed more training. Huh? I told them to drop dead.
Sorry,
How ironic.
I didn't give this I didn't think I this through, so now it's showing a video clip. Well, you can't see or hear anything. This stupid game is not in window mode. I will fix that. It's actually my fault, not theirs, but beside the point entirely. I swear there was a way to put this game into window mode. Huh. Now I don't see it. I need to turn the volume down a little bit. That seems to be working, so that's good. Still a little loud. Let's see how that works. Yeah, that's really good. So you have to move in the beat to the beat. You can see the beat counter on the bottom there. If you miss, you get little mists, and enemies can move at the same time you can. So, apparently I have diamonds. I warn you ahead of time, I am terrible at this game. You have a shovel you can dig through walls and stuff with. You can get more upgraded ones that allow you to dig through more stuff. Enemies tend to attack in specific directions and ways. Part of the game is learning which ways they do that. With monkeys, you really need to avoid doing what I just did and letting them jump on your head, or they can just beat on you while they're there. With that slime, I shouldn't have moved into its space, because it's going to jump back up on it. Yes, each level the beat becomes faster and more complex. I have a whip now, which attacks in different directions by itself, sort of tracks targets. Also, this is still a little bit too loud, so I'm going to adjust it myself. Because as great as the music is, you still need to be able to hear me. Well, there's an apple up there I could use to restore some of my health. I should probably do that. So we're going down to 1-2, which has a different track. I got an item that shows me where all the items on the map are, which is amazing. I've never gotten it before. It even shows me what's inside of them. Oh, see, there's a couple items hidden over there. I wouldn't have known that. That is an obsidian whip, which does a lot more damage than the whip I had. That's a spell I can cast by pressing up and right at the same time. I also apparently got a scroll of gigantism that I just used by accident, which makes the screen shake when I jump, but also allows me to break through thumbs that I wouldn't normally be able to. The shopkeeper likes to sing along to the music. There's a diamond in that wall. I could use that. Dragons are bad, obviously. Yeah, he just killed me. I've never killed a red dragon before. They do so much damage. You can watch your replays. There's a leaderboard. Obviously, I'm not going to be very high on it, but... And there's a quick restart, which is just jump through right back into another randomly generated map. Everything is completely randomly generated. Yeah, that was a good run too. I got some really neat items. There's all kinds of different weapons. There's long swords, broadswords, bows, guns, bombs. I'm trying to bomb this dragon. Yeah. I do not want to fight him because I'm bad at fighting dragons. That's only a green dragon, which is not nearly as scary as the red one I got killed by earlier, but... Broadswords, for example, attack in as a name and sword style would suggest, in a very broad arc. Whereas a longsword is actually attacks like 2 squares forward, and he's really nice in that regard. If you get a monster like a dragon, for example, to come in and kill the shopkeeper, you can get all those items for free. Yes, it is very hard to stream and play at the same time. Did I drop my shovel for that torch? It looks like I did. Oh, here's a glass shard. I'll use that for now. Oh, man, I paid money for that shovel, though. Where did it go? Oh, it was a glass shovel. I broke it. Nice. You can still cut through dirt with a piece of glass, but not much else. I think that Ring of Charisma reduces prices in the stores. So it becomes an interesting balance. Oh, nice. An interesting balance of trying to collect enough items, but not taking too much damage in the level you're in. And yeah, the music is stunning. You'll notice the beat counter has turned red there. It's because I was running out of time. It was going to just drop me through the floor to the next level, regardless of whether I passed through it or not. There's a red dragon down there that I want to watch out for, who is clawing his way through the wall. And I got killed by that thing because I was so busy worrying about the dragon. That ghost with the arrow through its head is quite challenging in and of itself. Yes, Danny B did the soundtrack for The Binding of Isaac, Super Meat Boy. Let's see, what else did Danny do? There's tons of games. He did the 3D version of Cave Story that's on 3DS. I don't know why I'm drawing such a blank about which soundtracks he did. Oh, I just minimized the game. My bad. Oh, damn it. Cooperate, computer. He's done a ton of music for some really great games, but my brain is drawing a blank right now for some reason. I should actually just let the game minimize and then I'll check real quick and give you better information about that. Here we go. He did the soundtrack for Desktop Dungeons as well. Uh, Glarg, Cannibal, which is actually what started his career in the first place. Gravity Hook, the Basement Collection. Tons of games. There, I linked Danny's Bandcamp there for you, so you can check out some of the music. The soundtrack to this is not on there. The soundtrack to this is currently only available on Steam. Either in the, and I think it's only available if you pay the $25 for the soundtrack version of the game. But I think they'll probably add it to there later, to Bandcamp that is. I think it might be my favorite soundtrack he's done. I don't think I actually have enough diamonds to get anything, so back in we go. And on Steam, the game is actually just called Crypt of the Necrodancer. I'd link you that too, but that would require me to minimize the game again. Here's a broadsword. Just a basic iron broadsword. The game has support for keyboard, gamepad, and rhythm pads like the DDR pads and whatnot. They actually have their own dance pad that's sort of like a DDR pad, but a little bit higher quality that you can buy from them. So if you've ever played DDR or any game like that, it has a mode like that, which is very popular on Twitch for streamers to do, for obvious reasons. Die before I even bother to go to the next floor at this rate. Okay, we're gonna try to escape because I don't think I can win against that Minotaur right now. We'll go through this trap here to see if I can pass it. Oh, great! They put me with a Minotaur anyway, so yeah, that's all right. So that went badly. So that is the Crypt of the Necrodancer. I would play more, but I'm actually really terrible at it, and not a very good example of how great the game is. Also, it just aggravates me. I love it, but I can only play it for a few minutes at a time, usually. I think I'm going to take this opportunity to actually put the stream offline and get some food. Because I've been streaming for, like, yeah, 3 hours, and I'm kind of hungry.